All right, Brian Scalabrine, our Celtics analyst, is with us now. Biggest news easily of the day in the sports world, Scal. Everybody thought Damian Lillard was definitely headed for South Beach to Miami. It seemed like he was either staying in Portland or going to the Heat. Instead, a team that was never even mentioned in the Milwaukee Bucks ends up trading for Dame. What was your reaction when you heard this news this afternoon?
Yeah, so I had to unfold it. Now, I can't believe I missed this with Jrue Holiday being on the move. I wasn't sure if they would part with Holiday, a guy that won a championship with them, a guy that Giannis has loved. But I do think that they've upgraded their team offensively, and their defense historically has been pretty good. So it makes a lot of sense. And for Portland, I was always wondering, none of the rest of the teams out there, I thought that they would have enough, right? Like enough to give Portland. But if you think about it, they got 3 first-round picks. They could turn around and move Holiday for probably 3 more, and it ends up being a really good deal for Portland. So it just makes the Bucks that much more dangerous when it comes to, Celtics Bucks. And I know I kind of played that up last year and ended up being the Miami Heat. But, I think the Milwaukee Bucks are a lot better, and it's going to be really interesting come playoff time.
When you say they're a lot better, are they automatically, in your mind, the favorites to win the NBA title now?
I mean, I have to initially put them there. I don't know, obviously, with Damian Lillard at 34, you never know when he's going to start coming down. But I will say this, historically, the Celtics have always done well against the Bucks. Now, remember, new coaching staff. They might guard completely different. I do know this, like Damian Lillard has the ability to go for 40, 50, 60 points in a playoff game. Giannis is the type of guy that needs that. Holiday, I love. I've touted Holiday over the years, how good he is defensively. But I think for the Bucks and where they're at right now, they need better offensive players. And right now, of the guys available, like Damian Lillard checks a lot of boxes. So I would put them as a favorite. I'd be curious on what, Vegas does or DraftKings does. But as of right now, I'm looking at this saying, I think that because it's Damian Lillard and what he could do and Giannis and everything like that, I think maybe the numbers would skew a little bit more towards the Bucks, but right now they look like they were for the Celtics. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of days.
Yeah, this is probably a little bit of like immediacy panic setting in, and listen, take social media for what it's worth, but you do see some people going, okay, well now the Celtics have to make a move, and the Bucks are clearly ahead of the Celtics in the East. How do the Celtics stack up now in the East and Milwaukee? Because I would think it's Milwaukee 1, still the Celtics 2.
Yeah, so the thing is right now, Trenni, we don't know. Like everyone keeps asking me, what do you think about the Celtics moves this offseason? I'm like, I'm going to find out. Like the first 2 months of the season, I'll let you know if we're missing Marcus Smart. I'm assuming that having Kristaps Porzingis out there stretching the floor is going to make a big difference. Well, so you asked me, what about the Bucks? Well, I think Damian Lillard provides an offensive spark and maybe a 2-man game that in my mind, my imagination could be really dangerous, but you got to watch it. You got to see how this thing plays out. And I do think that Jrue Holiday was a little redundant defensively. They already have crazy size. They have length at the rim. They got a new coach in Adrian Griffin. So maybe what the Bucks needed was a little shot of offense, and that's what he provides. But until you watch these guys play and see how it works out, you can't judge it. And I'm obviously, you can't wait to see it. Maybe the preseason is a little overrated, but by November, Thanksgiving, by Christmas Day, we'll have a good idea of how this whole thing is going to play out with the Bucks if they become a much more dangerous team for the Celtics.
Yeah, you keep bringing up the name Jrue Holiday and what he meant to the Bucks, but maybe that they needed something a little bit different. You keep talking about his defense. I think a lot of people look at the Celtics roster and say, okay, you lost Grant Williams, you lost Marcus Smart. So what you lost in those 2 guys are good defenders. You have more than enough scoring. And from what we understand from all the national pundits, it looks like Jrue Holiday could still be on the move, that he's not going to stick in Portland. So if you're the Celtics, do you try to put together a deal to go after Jrue Holiday and add that defensive piece?
Hell yeah, because if you think about Portland is just looking for draft capital right now. I'm not sure they would even ask for Jaylen Brown. So we have salary. It would get a little dicey for the Boston Celtics and how far you would want to go into the tax with Holiday coming up. But I'm like, let Brad Stevens can let Joe Cronin, the president of the Portland Trailblazers, have the day, have his moment. first call tomorrow morning is, what are you going to do with Jrue Holiday? So I'm assuming Brad Stevens will make that call. I don't know if anything will come of it, what they're asking for, but Celtics have draft capital. Remember, we're in a great position where we're a good basketball team with a little bit of draft capital moving forward. So something that Portland has been, as of right now, we don't know, but the rumors are that they're looking to flip Holiday for 3 first-round picks, right? So the Celtics can go there. You know what's going on with the Brogdon situation. I mean, they're happy he's here, but that's $20 million. They could get up to that number. So there's no doubt that the Celtics should absolutely call the Portland Trailblazers and find out